What's the one thing Anna couldn't bring herself to hear until 3 years after her husband died? Nobody ever prepares you for the silence after someone dies, but what they really don't warn you about is how deafening a voice can sound when it returns after death through a phone speaker. For 3 years, Anna lived with a single unopened voicemail. It sat quietly at the bottom of her call history, time-stamped like a ticking memory. It was from James, her husband of over a decade, left just before his scheduled heart surgery. The surgery wasn't supposed to be a big deal. In fact, the doctors had called it routine, but death rarely makes appointments. He didn't survive. They had been married for 12 years, no kids, just a little home tucked at the end of a sleepy street, the kind of place where every floorboard had a personality, and where mismatched coffee mugs held stories instead of just drinks. Their life wasn't grand, but it was deeply theirs, full of inside jokes, burnt toast, sleepy morning kisses, and arguments about whether to plant tomatoes or roses in the garden. That morning, James had kissed her goodbye on the nose, something he always did when he was nervous, and said, "Please don't let the sourdough die. It's more dramatic than me." She smirked, nudged him out the door, and promised to call him after her shift. He gave her that silly salute and said, "Deal." That call never happened. Instead, her phone rang a few hours later, an unfamiliar number, a nurse, complications. His heart stopped. They tried everything. He was gone, just like that. In the middle of her grief, the funeral, the casseroles, the endless "I'm so sorry" messages, she noticed the voicemail. 1 hour before the surgery, one last call. She couldn't bring herself to play it. What if he sounded scared, or said goodbye in a way she couldn't handle? What if hearing his voice again shattered what little was left of her? So she didn't. She saved it, synced it across phones, cloud backups, email. It became part of her digital routine, unheard, untouched, but never deleted. Time passed, as it always does, slowly, like fog rolling in over water. She learned how to live around the ache, got a dog, started walking trails near their old camping spots, took up baking, mostly for the sourdough he loved. Sometimes she'd catch herself talking to him in traffic or while folding laundry, as if he were still on the other side of the conversation. Then came a random Tuesday. She was barefoot in the kitchen, making toast, no music, no big emotions, just an ordinary moment. Her phone buzzed, a little red notification, one unheard voicemail. She stared at it for a while, and then, without planning to, without preparing herself, she pressed play. His voice spilled into the kitchen, clear and warm. "Hey love, I figured you're ignoring my call cause you're swamped at work. Rude. Anyway, I'm about to head into the hospital now. Just wanted to say I love you and I'm gonna be fine, seriously. But hey, if things go sideways and I somehow don't come out of this, I need you to know being loved by you was the most beautiful thing in my life. You were my peace, my home. And, yeah, don't screw up the sourdough. That thing's basically our child." She laughed. A real laugh, the kind that slips out before you realize your body still remembers joy. Then, without warning, the tears came. Heavy, healing tears. Not from pain, but from gratitude. Because in that moment, she got him back. Just for a minute. She got to hear his voice again, to feel the humor, the calm, the love tucked inside a voicemail. That night, she wrote down every word, by hand. And for the first time in a long time, she fed the sourdough starter with care, with love, the way he would have done it. Because somehow, even after death, James had left her exactly what she needed. A reminder that love doesn't vanish. It lingers. In memories, in rituals, in voicemails you're finally ready to hear.